What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of what'll be a good series, I feel like, of Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, if you've never ever seen this game, well, I'm just not going to explain anything. Let's just jump in. Let me start a new game. Please enter your name. My name will be Devin. Devin. Just I don't know. I was trying to think of something clever on the spot, but I couldn't. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she is totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl's Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Yeah, kind of. We used to walk around school together on days like this. Starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. That's kind of mean. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Okay. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Yeah, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Devin. I know. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. Guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commune. By the way, Devin, have you decided on the club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining a club. I need to create a cute little girl voice for Sayori. Hey, have you? I'm just gonna. I guess I'll just make my voice a little bit higher pitched. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. I mean, you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me, and I'm perfectly content with just getting by on the average, spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried you won't learn to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What the heck is a NEET? I have no idea what that is. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me really wants to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Okay, school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. This is a nice classroom. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. I feel like my voice isn't girly enough, but I don't know. Let's just say, okay, fine. I guess her stupid voice kind of matches her stupid personality. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I am going to your club. It's kind of harsh. Meanie. Yep, that was kind of mean. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. She was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed a club. She inherited the title of vice president, if that makes sense. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. I don't know who Natsuki is. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned this all out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! Okay, I'm terrified for my life. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Okay. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, a new member is here. I told you, don't call me new member. I glance around the room. Oh, girl 1. Okay. What voice to give? Okay, she looks like darker and, scarier and more. Okay. Well, I need to give her like a calm, soft voice. Welcome. Okay. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Oh my god, who are you? Okay. Dang it, okay. Seriously, you're about a boy? Okay, I can tell she's already like the angry type, the Napoleon type. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh god, that was terrible. Okay, now here is a more nice welcome person. Ah, Devin, what a nice surprise. I can't even keep track of any of the voices anymore. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yeah, I would agree. What are you looking at? Ugh. If you want to say something, say it. So sorry. Natsuki. Girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she is probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest girl in the club. Intelligence is key. Knowledge is power. Don't say things like that. Yuri here appears comparably more mature and timid. Seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? I didn't put on the voice for a second. That's right. Okay, that's right. It's great to see you again, Devin. Monica smiles sweetly. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know what position that even is. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Okay, Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Okay, none of these girls have noses, so I don't even know what to think. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Devin. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Okay, jeez. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? Yeah, that sounds great. Even though I've never actually had tea in real life. We also have a few desks arranged to form a table. That does not look like a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. He proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Sounds adorable. Too bad I can't see them. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sierra grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. That's actually kind of impressive. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is white. I I can't notice her sneaking glances in my direction. This is such a weird game. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Have I heard this somewhere before? What? I don't know what that means. It's not like I made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. Oh my god, she's so angry. But not for you, you dummy. Oh my god. You called me a dummy. I feel like a big old dummy. Alright. Give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying the tea set. He carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. For all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's trying to impress you. Oh. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looked away. Ugh. This is so dramatic. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. That's at least one thing. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. I know. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget, publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Okay? Monica is a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention. Literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club just before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. Know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Yeah, me neither, even in real life. So, Devin, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perked up. Okay, looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Okay, that was random. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Okay? That's probably every introvert's, motto or something, I don't know. I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? That's so deep. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. seem like the type of person who would read horror. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to on a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes darted over for me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? That idea. You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were looking for a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud," and give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Celia sidles behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Oh my god, it's gonna be so hard to do this voice for the entire game. Well, why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. It takes loyalty. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, we can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, guys. I have an idea, everyone, guys. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Okay, I have to go use the restroom right now, so... like, this part where I cut out, and it makes a jump cut. Goodbye. Okay, I'm back. Back to play. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, get out of here, Sheet Music Boss. Yes, I am subscribed to Sheet Music Boss, because I love their sheet music. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, you have a new member. I think it'll help us to get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of our club. Devin? Monica smiles sweetly. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. What's that? Now that we're back at the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Celia may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and oh, they all look very worried. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with the dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Devin. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I have to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Whoa! One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Saya wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here for cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we will officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Devin, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Can I really impress the class after Monaco with my mediocre writing skills? I don't even know if I read that right. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Devin, since we're already here, you want to walk home together? That's right. Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always has to stay after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, our mind wanders back and forth between the four girls: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. I don't know what that means. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Yeah, maybe it does start with that. Whoa, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. So I think that might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Giggle. Oh, okay. Bouncy. Pain. Okay. Suicide. Of course it's Yuri. Fantasy. Natsuki. Shopping. Natsuki. Laugh. Of course that's Sayori. Pout. Loud. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be Sayori. I'm trying to get Sayori words. Marshmallow. No. Okay. Sayori. Okay, I'm not gonna pick cute things because that'll be Natsuki. And dark things, like really dark things, is probably Yuri. So pleasure. Okay. Well, that's not dark. I guess just deep things are Yuri. Destiny is probably Yuri. Puppy. Dang it. Peace. No. Candy. Tenacious. Tragedy. Kawaii. Cheer. Awesome. Intellectual. Of course that was Yuri. Who else would it be? Hi again, Devin. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back to the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Devin. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment to you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sari told me you didn't even want to join any club this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki. You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in her club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plopped back into her seat. Unpopular opinion, any form of writing is literature. I don't know if this is popular, it's probably very popular. Don't worry guys. Devin always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Sorry, sometimes I start reading their dialogue, but I haven't fully processed in my mind that they're the ones who are saying it. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Devin can become good friends too. Sayori. As usually, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh, Sayori even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? You brought something for me? I love you, girl. I like her. No, actually, I don't know who I like yet. I kind of like her, I guess. I don't know. I don't know who to pick. Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I was thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here, Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book they thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it'll keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I know. I agree so much. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried into a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm assuming that's the closet over there on the right. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Oh, okay. You're looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand, and she turns to a box of manga and sets the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. Points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Devin. Consider this lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. I don't know what that means. I know a guy named Mo, but I don't know what that means as a word. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Yeah, why's that? I guess it's easier to be closer together like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. So sorry. Jeez, woman. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really fun chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop, but it just helps you to get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into their backstories, and then some of the romance starts to happen. That's what really makes it so good. But there are many touching parts. Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Ooh, Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you get at your full power. Okay, that's the most anime thing I've ever heard. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. It's just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into something because it's in a manga? I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence, because it explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, out of all the hobbies she picks from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, okay. Why are you, okay? We probably should have been in this angle in the first place, I feel like. We read on it for a few more minutes. I finished a couple characters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince my friends to go pick up series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Oh yeah, because the rest of the literature club doesn't like manga, I'm pretty sure. Did you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up with them without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe in here in the club room. At least it's safe in here. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. You're gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her. She's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Okay, jeez, she is so angry. But it's kind of funny at the same time. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. Maybe. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when you're connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. That makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I should make sure we have enough time. You do look pretty cozy over there. Ha ha ha. Aha! Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. That's a good foot. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. Just giving it back? Does she want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Eh? Is that really alright? I say that because mostly I didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before I go to tomorrow. Or, just finish that one before tomorrow so you can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. If it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? That is a trick question, I feel like. Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and I carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much of an inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to cheer with? I can't wait! Monica and Sayori enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I did the same myself. Who should I share my poem with first? Let's do it with Sayori. She's my friend. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Yeah. Huh? This is a good poem, Devin. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I'm definitely not. I don't know about this guy because we haven't seen his face yet. Maybe we never see his face, I don't know. I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Okay, I don't know why. Sometimes it shows like bubbles where no one's talking. It's like, is that my thoughts? Something? I don't know. Or, well, of course. I'm not really into it yet. That doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Devin. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. See about that. Oh. Dear Sunshine. Some new music cooked in. Oh yeah. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a raining day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That is a beautiful poem. I especially like the last line, I want breakfast. I guess that's how morning is. Outside the poem area to continue. Okay. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No, it's just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least this makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Oh yeah. I didn't mean to say that was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monika's the best. Oh yeah. The next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Okay, should I show I'll show it to Natsuki because I was reading with her. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Huh? Isn't that the point of sharing in the first place? I read this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's all I had in mind when writing this. I want to hope you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. Well, I should be more comfortable sharing my poem. Well, I would have been more comfortable sharing my poem if yours is really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, huh, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looked like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world that you're all self-important. I'm sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she really liked my poem. I take that as a loss. Or... You know what, just never mind. It's gonna take too long to figure it out. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. That's about it. I like it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I mean, it's not an amazing poem by any stretch of the mind. And just that's my opinion. But I mean, it was cute. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. I know. That's what I'm thinking. It's not sophisticated at all. I mean, it's just a cute little poem. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. It's like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set for a rhyme at the end, but I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Okay. Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay, next we'll show it to Yuri. And I'll show it to Monika afterwards. I kinda just went down the list really. Hey, Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. Okay. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No. Oh, no. Did I raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, It's just that their specific writing habits are usually typical of new writers, and having been through myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. I know. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's the thing you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even in a simple form, in a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. Let's just hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Yeah, I don't understand that either. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri was apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd like to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily after there's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh, okay, this is a very nice Ghost Under the Light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. It's kind of hard to read, but it's fine. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay, that was pretty deep. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I was thinking it was actually really nice handwriting, and I was just too stupid to read it. But it took you a long time to read. Was the game timing me? Well, I just don't read script very often. I feel like the game was timing me. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about about a ghost at all, Devin. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem was only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. You know, that is really true, even though I did not understand it at all. That's more than solemn, putting it that way. Hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long after you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay, now that we've shown our poem to everybody, and the class except for Monica, who should I show my poem to next? Well, I don't really have an option, do I? Monica. Oh, yeah. Hi, Devin. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Glad. Good to hear it. By the way, since you're brand new and everything... Sorry, my microphone is up here. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up. Sorry, I had a little bit of gas. You know what I mean? But, yeah. So I'm just sorry. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better just go with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Devin. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's like that sort of barrier we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I handed Monica my poem. I like it, Devin. Really? That's a lot cuter than I expected. Ahahaha. Oh jeez. Oh no. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. She's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. Aha. You say so. Yep. By any chance do you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems could be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. You might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. They're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert. You probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see what would be a kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel more comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else may be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So you don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ahaha. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, it's not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Okay, I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. Okay, this is a pretty big one compared to the others. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction, the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know, I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. What? That's so crazy. Okay, so what did you think? It's very free form, if that's what you want to call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to be asking for feedback. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, the kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. A lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it, if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some sort of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfect, but then you won't ever make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. That's really good advice. Thank you, Monica. Thanks for listening. Thank you. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Oh my god. I glanced around the room. It was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. It was as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they were just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. It's a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What does that even mean? With this language. Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. That's what I was thinking. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You completely have to try hard to come up with something nice to say. Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Devin did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I didn't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Devin liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress her new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Devin appreciated my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew its size bigger as soon as Devin started showing up. Oh. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing here. Devin. She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Devin. But wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. That's true. The only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Devin? Well... I'm backed into a corner right here. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Yeah, but whomever I agree with, probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... Help me, Sayori. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words ahead of my mouth. Instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you're not making your friend feel like this? Devin. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feeling into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me. Oh my god, you made it worse by not going on anyone's side. Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. And I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because... Well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Okay. That's... You know what? That's a great way to deal with it. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. That was fast. Yuri sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president? I whispered to Monica. He nods in return. To be honest, I might come up as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, it's kind of embarrassing of me. IBX Toy Cat, stop. I've gotten him in like other videos, just randomly. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? Say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I wouldn't hate to see herself get hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly to me, causing my stomach to knot. She's a genuine person. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I would say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Devin, how about you? Yeah, I'd say about the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. Your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can do at least a better job impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Devin, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You know, Devin, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, that's where I'm gonna end this episode, guys. Oh my god, so much happened. So we got introduced to the characters Yuri, Natsuki, Monica, and Sayori. I almost forgot Monica's name for a second. Okay, just goodbye. This was really fun. I'll save my game. I'll save it in slot 1. Okay, that's cool. Anyways, goodbye guys, see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.